Feature Friday.
The freshest. Cool.
Oh, yes.
Alright, so this is
NIKI.
NIKI. This is a live performance she did for GOMOx88Rising.
And Rising.
And yeah, well, bye. But if you think about it, like how it's written. But anyways, it's cool. It's NIKI life. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, we had NIKI.
We like her a lot.
We had NIKI, and I've abstained myself from not binging that. She has like a sessions, kind of like a.
It's like a live sessions that she has from with
playlist.
Yeah,
and it's so good. But
It's
I've
so
only
great.
heard like 4 of them.
I think the first time we watched her, like consciously, because I think we've already heard her music before, and we literally had no idea who she was or where she was from or anything. And I think she has like Kiana Valenciano that like they both have been in our playlists for like years, and we never even knew where they were from.
Yeah, no.
Or what else they did. And that's so. And so when we first heard NIKI, I was like, wait a second, I know this song. How do I know this song?
So
It was so bizarre.
this is loose.
So this is loose.
I don't think we've ever heard this.
No,
ever.
I don't think so either. Ooh, that's cool.
She's gonna play the piano this time.
It's very atmospheric. Great space.
Great setting of the scene.
Ooh, nice. What a great intro.
Jesus
She's
Christ.
fantastic.
Keep yours, I'll keep
Oh,
mine.
bloody hell.
Fantastic.
All I really know is when I'm lonely.
Oh, this is beautiful.
That I'm lonely, and that's why I let you in. And maybe in another life we fight all day, kiss all night. But I don't wanna break your heart. You keep yours, I'll keep mine.
It's very consistently her.
I know we know better, so we both better go. I don't need a reason
Oh, it's
to
fantastic.
keep on dreaming.
Nice lyrics.
We don't lose it, what's the use?
Nice.
I don't need a reason.
Really like the rhythmical pattern and the singing.
We can win at anything at all.
Brilliant. Okay, love the space, love the atmosphere she's created. She is so exquisitely consistent, like vocally. Like it's one of those vocalists that you can always sit back and enjoy, like in any setting. Because these settings are very hard because they're live. There's really no space for mistakes, and I don't know. The songs tend to be very delicate and very like they can easily go wrong.
Yep.
And in her case, I kind of feel like she can do the most vulnerable piece, and she will always maintain that, you know, accuracy and consistency throughout the whole piece, which is really difficult to get a grasp on in the first place. And I feel like she has that serenity within her, really like really natural. Also, there's nobody else but her, and that is also kind of daunting in this type of settings, like from a performer's perspective. Like the fact that you're relying on yourself and yourself only, it's a bit like a pressure putter if you think about it.
Sure.
I love it. The lyricism, it's simplistic, but it's packed with emotion, and it's really is really like nicely rhymed, if that makes sense. Like, I like how things that you wouldn't think would go are she's making them work in the rhyme itself. It's nice.
I think we were discussing this before, but I think she's a good example of the point we were discussing about, which was when you kind of perform, especially and you're a singer, songwriter of this type. It's like you must find the way in which you sing, and so you must learn how to sing, but most importantly, you must learn to sing how you sing.
You must learn how to sing like yourself. Bless you. Somebody died in there.
Yes. They've been long gone. But yeah, you must learn how to
sing like yourself first.
Exactly. So. Yeah.
And stay true to that.
Sure, and being technically sound is very important, right? Because you don't want to go the other way where you're singing like yourself, sure, and it may sound unique and good and it's enjoyable, but technically it may be detrimental, and it's the line between poor technique and then poor vocal health or poor longevity or short longevity
is one thing.
It's the correlation is so clear. There's literally no arguing about it. But so as long as you stay technically sound, but you find a way to be yourself as you sing, because it's the same as when you're a sports person and you're acquiring a skill. Let's say, for example, playing tennis. You must become not yourself for a while, and then you must bring yourself to this new self of all these different principles, techniques, mentalities that you have acquired, and now merge them to your personality and to your take. So that you maintain technique and the right approaches to the game or the right approaches to artistry and singing, but then you also now provide something that no one else can. You.
That's right. I agree with that. I think that is a very healthy way to approach anything in life. Absolutely.
I feel she does that really well.
I think so too. I think she's very genuine, and at least it feels like it's very genuine. It's very honest.
In this few pieces of work that we know of, it feels
absolutely.
Like that.
Well, it's interesting that these are the things that keep getting recommended. That those live performances that are very vulnerable and exposing, and
she seems to shine.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this might be her environment, and we're coming into her. Little
right.
greenhouse, you know what I'm saying? So it's really cool.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's a good observation. Yeah.
Doesn't that look like a space station?
Yeah.
It's really cool.
There she's in Mars. Planting potatoes.
I'll be ruthless. So don't play me for no fool. Yeah, you don't gotta lose.
Even their outfit is quite spacey.
Every time I don't call, and I should never have to win your love and hate myself when I don't. Oh, thicker as you are, it's exactly why I keep on running back.
Fantastic.
So brittle at the parts where I wish I was strong.
Lovely lyrics.
But maybe when you need my help, I like myself when it's over. But later in the night you go dark and rogue, and I need closure.
That's really nice. I really like that.
I know whatever this is enough. So
Fucking hell, that's so bizarre.
and I know whatever this is enough. So
Nice. Really cool and disruptive.
let you go.
That is your cup of tea. That was very experimental.
It's really disruptive.
I don't need a reason.
Oh, I need to go back to listen to the lyrics. What is she saying? Because then that would make more sense. Like emotionally, why make that choice in the music?
It is difficult sometimes to keep up with lyricism. as you're listening to a song.
Yes, I agree.
Because God, that's so enjoyable. I just want to close my eyes and just
Drift
travel
away.
to
Yeah.
whatever world she's painting.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
And I know whatever this is around, so I'm gonna let you go.
Makes sense. I like that a lot.
I don't need a reason to keep on dreaming. If we don't lose, what's the use? I don't need a reason.
She has an interesting way of pronouncing certain words.
That I can win the stupid thing called love.
I love it, love it, love it.
Oh, dude, she's going straight to my playlist with this one as well.
Bravo, I love it. Cool stuff. Absolutely fantastic. I like that disruptive break there with the different chords in a different key, because just like, okay, it's coming to the realization. It's like waking from a dream type of thing. It's like the veil has been casted off. So usually that leaves a really bitter taste in your mouth when you have this expectation and you don't get to meet them, right? It leaves a very bitter, accidental sound, if you want to put it into music. So I like those. That change there was emotionally coherent with the song itself. So I like that.
Because the lyrics, they go, I will never know if you love me or my company, but I don't mind. Because I ain't trying to be the one. Been through this 1,000 times. I don't need to take your heart. You keep yours, I'll keep mine. All I really know is when I'm lonely, I hate that I'm lonely. And that's why I let you in. And maybe in another life, we fight all day and kiss all night. But I don't want to break your heart. You keep yours, I'll keep mine. And then that specific bit where it's sort of the climax is this sort of realization, I feel, which is, that's exactly why I keep running back. Because I'm brittle at parts where I wish I was wrong, and maybe when you need my help, I like myself when it's over. But later in the light, you go dark and rogue, and I need closure. So it is this it's this mixing pot of different emotions, realizations, awful realizations of the reason why I keep going back to this specific person or the specific feeling that I'm chasing.
Yeah.
It's through the awful realization that I'm lonely.
Yeah. And I like the chorus because she also is saying, like, if you don't sacrifice, then it's not worth it. If you're not willing to compromise and sacrifice something, that it's not love. It's not what she, at least from her perspective, of course. It's really clever. I like it. The song is so easy to listen to. This could play for hours, and you wouldn't hear me complaining. She's fantastic. Beautiful vocal melodies as well. Really confident in the simplest of ways. Like, I don't even know how to explain it because it's not simple at all, but it sounds simple enough, if you know what I'm saying.
But I've been thinking like thoroughly about that whole idea of like you know how she ends is stupid love, right?
Yes.
And you know, one of our favorite singers at the moment, like Lizzie Malkapine, that's how you pronounce her surname. And they kind of all come to this conclusion of this stupid idea of love or stupid love.
Yeah.
And because it's something like it's stupid in the sense that it's frustrating, because you seem to yearn for it, and it has its way of finding you and not finding you and missing you just about, or wrong time, wrong place. And
yeah, or I was reading some poetry, and it's like sometimes you're in love with the idealized spectrum of love, and not so much with when it actually presents itself. And actually Lizzie has a song in her new album when she's like, is this what it's supposed to feel like?
Sure.
So because it is that moment of realization, like, oh, is this what love actually is.
Well, is that realization of reality is often disappointing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And not and sometimes it's not disappointing, but it's like unknown because you've never seen it or felt it in a certain way before, you know.
That's why that sentence of expectations is so dangerous, because you don't want to have no expectations, right? Because you, to some extent, you want to be ready for what's to come.
Yes.
Right? You want to prepare yourself as much as possible.
Yeah.
But you don't want to have you don't want to have too low expectations, so that you don't
aspire for anything.
No, so that you don't ever get to experience the maximal that you could possibly experience.
Yeah.
Because you're limiting yourself at that point. But you don't also want to have such high expectations
that are unreachable. Yeah.
That don't concur with reality.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's sometimes what I think a lot of singers are able to capture through love, and this sort of experience of, is this what it's like to be in love? Or it's certainly that one thing that I've been giving serious thought about. It's more the chemical process of love.
Oh, okay.
Right, because it's like it's so hormonal driven. It's the same thing that I was speaking about with appetite and the relationship with food. It's so much more complex than I first initially thought.
Yes.
And I think it's the same kind of with relationships and love, and this sort of idea of love that we have. And actually, it's one of the most difficult things to discuss because it's so intangible. It's not tangible. Can't measure it.
Exactly, and everybody has a different perspective of it.
But we can measure hormones. We can measure biological processes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm giving some serious thought about it, and I'm still yet to come to a conclusion on it, because I'm reading a lot of data on it, and maybe I'm becoming overloaded on it with something that's so human.
Something
right, to feel.
Yeah, to be.
Maybe I'm looking at it too pragmatically, right?
Yeah,
too scientific. But it's so interesting that.
But asking those questions really leads to it leads to finding your own way of perceiving such emotions as well.
True. I mean,
it's your own path.
Like, why do you go back to that person, for example? That's a good question.
Yes.
Right? Like what you're saying there, it's like I've realized I'm lonely.
The loneliness, yeah,
right?
yeah.
I keep going back to you, right? It's like just simply a simple association of good feelings with a person, right? A momentary need of ecstasy, emotion, a roller coaster, feelings. I don't know, but it's a rather more complicated thing without being too like cliche or
philosophical. Yeah,
but it is fucking rather complicated, that bloody emotion, love.
I really like what she's done here. Sparked emotions, good, really great quality conversations. Give me a bottle of wine, let's go.